When I pounded on your door, it was because I was so taken aback by the fact that, despite admitting what you had done, i.e., soft shoulder versus cold shoulder, you refused to acknowledge the bonds of trust you had broken, had nothing for which you would apologize to me for, and basically told me to take it or leave it. I was outraged and I reacted. It was a moment that came and went. It was aberrative behavior. I have profusely acknowledged and apologized for it. It has only happened once. 4 months ago, as you said. I wouldn't dare to tell you to do anything. It is, in fact, entirely undesirable to me. I am expressing my confusion at what you are responding to, since your responses are nonsensical to my understanding, and extending the benefit of the doubt that you are interested in participating in an honest discourse. So I have invited you to reciprocate the work that I have done for you, inasmuch as I have carefully laid out my understanding of the two paths being offered, one by each of us, in an effort to elicit confirmation one way or the other that we are talking about the same thing. When you invited me to drop the BS on Solstice, I said yes. Thank you. Because I thought that meant that we were both committing to drop the BS, which is all I've been asking for since Samhain. Instead, my understanding is that you meant we could move forward if I accept your victim control story that I'm a bad guy who still deserves to be punished and can't be trusted, and you are spotless. For this reason alone, you have created a construct, to which you seem undyingly committed to reinforcing, that eliminates the possibility of us being able to build trust with each other. So, I have said I am not able to join you in your mental matrix of self-deception because I cannot allow myself to be treated as if I were something I am not, and you are not interested in receiving me any other way. If, on the other hand, you were to acknowledge the hurtful and harmful consequences of the actions to which you've already admitted, expressed true care and interest in my emotional experience as your romantic partner who only reacted in such an extreme way because of how deeply rooted the bonds of trust and loyalty to you were in his heart, and, instead of blaming and shaming me and characterizing me as your villain via false projections, name-calling, and absurd red herring deflections, and actually apologize for the hurtful and harmful consequences of your choice to offer who which shoulder, let me know that, despite the weak deflections of your inner working self-defense about being reluctant, you understand how I could have felt so injured, and, while it doesn't excuse me from taking responsibility for my actions, at least you could offer your compassion and forgiveness and stop perpetuating the farce that you need to protect yourself from me. It's all in the written record of communications between us, and you can see that, if we're keeping score, the name-calling, bizarre control freak, narcissistic judging, and berating are far outweighed on your side of the column you've created, and to which you adhere. I have been begging that we may erase the column of division. I trusted that was what you had offered on Solstice. Tricked again. I do not understand. I keep trying to understand. My desire to understand has been giving me headaches and has brought me to the brink of cardio infarction countless times in these past months. So, again I am baffled at your response. What am I even attempting to control here, much less as a freak? What manipulation are you referring to, when you call me those names? Is it because I won't allow your control story to manipulate who I am? I know who I am, and it is not the character in your farce. Are you even interested? Aberrative meaning, descriptive of an object or measurement that has deviated or been knocked, momentarily and sharply, from the more dominant, normal, or expected course or trajectory to which it either has or is expected to return in the longer term. P.S. 15 hours of a cold shoulder from me is nothing compared to what you have done. So, if that's such a big injury for you that you have to keep bringing it up, maybe try a little empathy, if you are able. P.P.S. Extra points of irony in the fact that you are perpetuating the farce that you need to protect yourself from my texts and therefore must keep me blocked everywhere, yet you're upset that I didn't text you. Maybe irony isn't the right word. Maybe a better word would be hypocrisy. I think I just figured out what the third option is. You're not sorry because it would have been the same if you had set aside some quiet time and coordinated your call around the globe to offer your oh-so-soft shoulder to Shuri in her time of desperate crisis, and it is paranoia that I should react as I did, because she hasn't been obsessed with you and fantasized about your romantic compatibility for years, and you haven't been leading her on by staying pen pals, and she wasn't part of that agreement between you and I and your ex-lover. Oh, but wait. It wasn't Shuri after all. It was your ex-lover Bunny. In which case, you can completely fuck off and you don't even need to pretend you need to protect yourself from my texts, because if that is your 500%, my love is pure heart, it is actually repulsive. I'm just having a hard time accepting that is what you are actually saying, so I'm holding space for a better version of you to step forward and take some shared responsibility. What a fool. Am I right? Can you at least spell it out for me so that I'm not guessing? Because, clearly what I've offered up previously as my understanding was completely off base. You keep playing with my perception and pointing your finger instead of just coming out and being straight about it. Aren't you tired of your shadow puppet theater by now? It is exhausting to me. Are you going to say that, when I ask you for your honesty, I am a manipulating piece of crap, again? Why? Because you won't be honest without manipulation? It's like when you're in a relationship and you're being manipulated, you're confused all the time. Adrian Elise, you are the only one playing the manipulation game. Own it. Or, don't. Just stop pointing your dirty, crooked finger at me and calling me names that don't belong. It's not necessary. You don't seem to get it. I'm not attached to the outcome here. I don't need you to do anything. All that I require is some straightforward communication, without all the yuck. Just truth. Are you interested in participating, at long last? Or, do you insist on degrading us further before you are finished? All this texting BS is for the birds who are unable to have a real conversation with you on the phone because you cannot help but speak over them and you are overly defensive, so you will not listen, and the only thing that is guaranteed for me by calling you on the phone is that I'll be on the receiving end of another one of your rage episodes, so you can manipulate the conversation and hang up on me if I even suggest you've got some shared responsibility in creating and perpetuating this shit. Storm, it's absolutely pitiful. Agreed. High vibe timeline, Catherine. I'm offering that we take shared responsibility, have compassion and forgiveness for one another, honor the divine roles that we have played for each other up to this point, learn, grow, and expand our awareness through this experience, connect more deeply and authentically on the other side of these trials which have tested our mettle. What's your offer again? This is what has never been clear to me. All that I have gotten in return is your accusations that I am things I am not, with no clear way forward as a couple defined for me as you see it. So, I'm left with my best guess and your cold, dead silence, and you say I've earned it. Then, when you get bored of freezing me out, you come back and I ask you again and you give me the same response. Rinse and repeat. 4 months. Can you spell it out for me, please? In comparison to my offer above, what is your offer? This isn't love. It just feels like some sort of distressing nightmare I can't wake up from. My advice? Stop hiding and playing mind games. Just be honest, and then you won't have this nightmare of me calling you out on your bullshit when your plot points don't add up. Your thoughts?